What's up? This is Renergy. Following up from last night, I kind of fell asleep. Get me in my organic form here. I'm gonna go to work soon. If I get a call, I have a auto detail business, so if I get a call, I'm out. But I want to put this down. Sometimes I wake up, I think of things. Keep this rocking. So I was talking about last night was more like thinking about concepts of samurai becoming one with the sword, and I want to ride this like a wave, like a surfer rides a wave. As we're dealing with these frequencies and contrast, it's putting together the art. So the beat emanates from the heart, and a sniper can control his heart through his breath. And the difference there is you have the H, which is the ladder. So we're dealing with this up and down. When we look at that L, M, N, O, it sounds like minnow. It sounds like minnow, right? Elemento, elemento. So middle, minnow, middle. So middle, we got the M, and we got the idol. So which idol do you worship? So we know M is the 13th letter. So we see this symbiosis. And Moses always had this staff. So we can look at this as symbols. Like this could also be the bullseye. So in bull, we have pole. Pole's the eye. You know, like a dart or a dartboard. So in dart, so we see target, and in target, we could see get, and we could see the art of getting. So this is also going to get me into Midas. Midas, and we're dealing with the middle. So I say yo, 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 yo. I'm getting your attention, right? Attention. So we're dealing with tension like a yo-yo. So another way of doing this elemento. Get the symbols. So another way I'm diving into this frequency is getting into water, because Moses split the sea. And we know a C can be written like this, can be written like this, just like the M. Could say emblem. And then we could see M. Also, there's that symbiosis with the 3 and the 13. So we see that staff in the M. Also in the N too. And can be written both ways. So talking about the middle in the idol, which idol we worship, just showing that Baphomet. So another way of looking at the C split is the 3. Because C is written that way, kind of like the Chanel logo. C split. is the 3. So we're looking at the same patterns from different angles. Got some artwork here, album art. You see how the lightning's in the middle. So I want to leave this with some power thoughts too. But we're doing movement here. So then you think pins and needles, like pins and needles in your skin. When you get pins and needles, like the feeling. But like you get O pin. You get that O. It's interesting. O, and there's the pin. So sesame is also the Moses. I'm going to repeat some stuff I said before because I'm tying it in. I'm going to keep going probably with some of the same stuff I said before, but I'm going to keep adding to it. So when you look at tools, tool, the word tool, like two, you look at 2 L's. I'm also going to get into that because we see that L right there. See the two C's. So if that's the sun and moon, then we're dealing with 2 eclipses. Or we're dealing with Rahu. Look at the symbology. So that's the elemento dealing with the reflection. So that's getting into the water. So I'm getting into the water and the thought. 2 ways. So the bath sounds like bath. So you got the snakes. Jeez. Something better here. I keep hitting this screen to focus. I gotta hit this one here. Hang on. So dealing with the snakes. So serpent is current. We're talking about current. We're also dealing with a sea. Current sea, currents. And this gets really deep. Like what's current? So we see this turn like a hinge. We see that same directions, right? I don't know if I have enough space on this. The cube or the board or whatever. So this is getting into how our shell is like a leash. So there's like this lightning, so we unleash. So people like Wim Hof and people that fast or whatever, that get to this high vibration is because they're able to unleash. But then it's also about grounding these frequencies. It's like in lightning, we got light engine. Right like that, so we got light. So with the, N is like end, light end with the lightning. So I've actually felt that not only in my own energy when you bring your chi up, when you can feel that your heart also, not only is it like electromagnetic, but it also gives off light. So this has to do with the home. So just like that and with the three triangles up that are, are three invisible. We also have the home. There's going to be three triangles, which gets into the breath. So talking about consciousness, how a sniper can control his beat of his heart actually with his breath and thought. Because the sniper will also realize how we are vibrating constantly through the sight. Let's see. Swing back in the days. Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Young Guns, 4th Platoon. Anyway, when I start to brag, it's also, there's different ways of looking at that. For brag could also be seen as garbage, like so. But then there's coordinate points for grounding frequencies that pick you up. So it's utilization. So when you see the sword from the stone, like words from tones, it's also utilization of words, like the samurai uses the sword. So when you detect all these vibrations and frequencies, creation. So in love, or whatever, we have, or benevolent or malevolent, we have love, we have OL, which is also volume, which could also be evil. So we're dealing with volume. This is what I wanted to touch on to wrap this up soon. So, damn, I'm gonna do another one too. Okay, later. So, the shell is like a leash. So to unleash the high frequency. So we tap in this grounding. Something happens when we die that's like lightning. So I felt it in my grandmother's hand. I felt it like after she took her first breath. I was holding her hand. I felt like an electric ball. I felt something. So I don't know if anybody else has, but please chime in if you have. Lightning flash, flashbacks. So I want to leave it with some power thoughts talking about consciousness. Yeah, here we go. So like these patterns I'm showing. So Baphomet is like bath. You see all the symbolism. We deal with male and female energy. And you see like the triangles. You see this subtle symbolism. So we're dealing with just like chess. So I love liquid swords. So I want to talk about the water and the waves too. So just like the game board. Okay, so when we look at The L, that could also be the one. Wand, right? Which is also A, because A is the one. It could also be looked at as a triangle. So we could also see that as the fish fin. Or we could look at that as a or. So we look at that as decisions. But we also see row, rowing, power, and arrow. So we're dealing quill to quill and arrow. Ezekiel's wheel. We're dealing with sequel. So with sequels, there's 3 E's. Anyway. With time, we're dealing with time. Kind of forgot what I was saying there, but let me continue. So also, yeah, no, dealing with, okay, so row your boat gently down the stream. So we're dealing with the sailboat. When you look at the sail, we got that triangle too. We can look at that. It's a sailboat. All right, I'm going to leave it off for the 18-minute mark here. One more minute. So, talking about more or less like cells, cell could be X cell, and also cell could be looked at as less, because you could look at the C and turn the C that way too. We're dealing with reflections with water. So that had me thinking about the sail. And then we look at water, see thought. So we wave hello, wave goodbye. So, there's always something we say. For me, I look at it like creating heaven by creating good memories. And I'm going to touch on REM and stuff like that more later when I have time. But there's always an and them. So you always want to leave it with something like this or whatever, but there's always an and them, because there's something like when we get into the abracadabra, like a scale, we see the CD. So there we also see seeds. We're dealing with light and dark. So people are good talkers, and there's action. So there's something to cycling energy, and there's something to stagnating energy. So when you say something like I gotta do this, like when you limit yourself or whatever, or say something, you almost talk yourself out of stuff too. When you keep stuff within like your dreams and ideas, there's an art form to it. There's an art form to give and take, but to like just like sprouting seeds. But it's also watering seeds. So you're also watering seeds around you, because we breathe in what plants breathe out. Plants breathe in what we breathe out. So shit's deep. So leaving on this with frequencies to keep you tuned into my next one. No, it's early. I just want to chime in from last night. So there's always an and then. dog. All right. Which could be looked at as Adam and Eve, Even. So anyway, so but boom, I'm gonna start it off strong because I could get my day going. So it's all about the anthem. So it's you write your own song. So and then I look at life as like an anthem. So we're dealing with these waves. I want to keep going because like when we deal with the serpent too, it's also like the circle bent, kind of like the spiral. No, doing with the G force, which is the 13. So I'm gonna get more into symbolism later. So to get the anthem of the day going, try to reach those high frequencies by going for the slam dunk as many baskets, as many good memories in as I can. Keep going, and to the next one, Energy out this weekend. Peace.